Dallas, you got to win, guys. Congrats. Hey, if you're a Mavericks fan, congratulations. You guys got to win. As I record this, there's 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. I had it on the TV. I had it on the TV back there. It's off now because I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost turned it off in the first quarter, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to. I really wanted to make this video in the first quarter, but I was like, no lead's ever safe in the NBA. The Celtics are a really good team. They can shoot the ball really well if they get hot. Blah, blah, blah. And usually I would never make a video this early, but this was one of those games where from tip-off, I knew who won. As soon as them boys started, the role players too, it wasn't like Luka was just hitting ridiculous shots, because that's something that the Celtics have overcome time and time again. We've seen Luka and Kyrie hit ridiculous shots, and the Celtics have overcome it. But once I saw Derrick Jones Jr. and Derek Lively and Josh Green and Dante Exum hitting crazy shots, I said, yeah, we might as well. Let's give it up right now, today. The game is over. Let's go back to Boston, see if they close it out in 5. I don't really have too much to say about this game. This probably won't be too long of a video. This was just one of those games where Dallas came out, played like they had nothing to lose, because they had nothing to lose. It was a desperation type game for Dallas, and what did they come out and do? They came out, played desperate, came out with energy, came out. The building was rocking because, they were giving them, and they weren't just having, it wasn't just a blowout, but early on they were getting the crowd involved because they were having those energizer type plays from guys that you wouldn't expect to see them from, and that's an easy way to always get the crowd involved, especially when you're at home. Even when you're down 0-3, they're still gonna, you know what I'm saying? And it's Dallas too, those fans. They've been loyal to the Cowboys for 30 years and they haven't won a damn thing. So we know they're going to be loyal to the Mavericks. If only y'all would be loyal to Jesus Christ like that. I'm talking to myself too, to be honest with you, because I be struggling sometimes. I be struggling a lot. Anyways, you see what I did there though? I had to get the Lord's word. Yeah, anyways, so from jump, Mavs simply couldn't miss. There's not a lot I have to say about this game. Like I said, Mavs couldn't miss. They had Josh Green was out there getting athletic putback dunks. You had DJJ hitting insane acrobatic layups on 2 people. One of them was Tatum, and I think the other one was Al Horford. And then he hit a contested 3 over Drew Holiday in the corner just a few minutes ago in the third quarter. You got Dante Exum I know he hit 2 threes, but one of them got called off because he stepped out of bounds and replay. But he was out there hitting threes, dunking. I'm pretty sure he had a dunk. That might not have been him, but I'm pretty sure he had a dunk. He was out there hitting threes. Like, he was out there hooping. You had Lively hit a 3. Now, I don't know if this was his first career 3, because that just sounds a little crazy for the 2024, but I know it was his first career 3 in the playoffs because they said it on the broadcast, and I think JJ Redick said it was his first career 3, but I'm not 100% sure about that one. It might be, he might have misspoke. It might have just been of the playoffs, but it might have been his first career 3. Either way, once he hit that, now it was wide open in the corner. I'm not sitting here pretending like that man hit a step back 30-footer from the logo. That's not what I'm acting like. I'm not acting like he came out here and hit a Steph Curry fadeaway or Kyrie the shot over Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that he tried to recreate in game 3 but missed. I'm not saying that, but he hit a 3. That's like Shaq hitting a 3. That's like Tim Duncan hitting a 3. That's like Olajuwon hitting a 3. That's like any of these great big men who didn't shoot threes hitting a 3. That's like Charles Barkley hitting a 3. Like that. Michael Jordan hitting a 3. I don't know why I'm throwing random strays out there today. I just came back from walking my dog. I'm in a good mood. I wasn't in a good mood before, I'm not going to lie to you, but now I'm in a good mood, so thank you, God, for that. Hey, if you're ever not in a good mood, go get some exercise, especially if you can do it outside if you can. It'll help you feel better. Help me. Anyways, Luka was hooping early. He still was hooping as I turned the game off. Like I said, there's 3 minutes left now. The Celtics just eclipsed. There's 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The Celtics just eclipsed 50 points. That was another reason I made this video, because one, every time the Celtics would show signs of life, you got Kyrie going down there, getting to his right hand, hitting the layup. You got Kyrie hitting the 3 to match a 3 that Sam Hauser hit. I'm just looking at it. I'm just like, you got them boys in Boston turning the damn ball over every single possession almost. Them boys can't get a rebound. They can't stop shooting. They can't stop Dallas from scoring in the paint. They can't hit a shot. There was no signs of life from Boston today at all. Like the whole game, really. Like not from anybody. There was just no signs of life. Luka was hooping, but he didn't even have to do anything crazy. Like as I sit here right now and record this, he's 0 for 6 from 3, 11 for 23 from the field, 5 of 7 from free throw. He only has 5 assists and 5 boards. 27 points is a good game, but he's a plus 31. Oh, and did I mention he has 3 steals? So Luka's energy was phenomenal, right? Luka's energy this whole game was phenomenal. And whereas in the last game, he was complaining about every single thing, screaming at the ref, screaming at his bench as if it's their reason that he got a 6th foul and 4 of them were dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he was doing. Multiple times he could have got ejected for the way he was yelling at the refs, or at least could have got teed up, but he didn't, because it's the finals and you're not going to do that to a superstar. The biggest draw in the series is Luka, so you're not going to do that. I have mosquito bites all over my ankles, bro. Like please don't say nothing to me, bro. I got the socks on too. It's like If you in the South, you know. And I just came back from a walk. I don't know. Something's wrong. Like, why did I go at night? It's 9:27 as I record this. I went on that walk at like 8:30, so like an hour ago, something like that. I don't know. I'll be yapping. My apologies. But Luka was hooping. He had a good game. Not a great game, but he didn't have to have a great game because everyone else helped him out. Because you got Maxi Kleber coming off the bench, scoring 5 points, being a plus 29. He hasn't played well the whole series. You got Derek Lively coming off the bench. He has a second straight double-double, the youngest player to get a double-double in the NBA Finals, and he just did it for the second straight night. He's currently got 11 and 12, and he has 7 offensive boards. 7 of his 12 rebounds are offensive rebounds. 7. He's coming off the bench as a rookie, and he hadn't played well for the first 2 games of this series. He goes back to Dallas and has back-to-back double-doubles. Okay. You got Daniel Gafford scoring 7, Derrick Jones Jr. scoring 5, PJ Washington scoring 6, and those things don't look impressive, right? Dante Exum with 5, Josh Green with 3. Those things don't look impressive until you look at it. PJ Washington was 2 for 4, 2 for 3 from 3. Derrick Jones Jr. 2 for 4, 1 of 2 from 3. Daniel Gafford 1 of 2, 5 of 6 from the line. Maxi Kleber 1 of 2, 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line. Derek Lively 4 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 4 from the line. Josh Green 1 of 2 from the field. Dante Exum 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. It wasn't that the bench was scoring. It wasn't that the role players were scoring a whole bunch. It wasn't that the supporting cast was scoring a whole bunch. It was that they were doing it efficiently. Whereas you look over here at Boston, first of all, they got Shvi Makai, Luke Cornett, and O'Shea Brissett in, so they threw in they knew. That's why I'm making the video. They look at it. They know what's going on. You got Peyton Pritchard going 0 for 3, 0 for 2 from 2. He hasn't had a good offensive game. I don't remember what his stats were like in game 3, but I know like for game 1 and 2, he wasn't there offensively. He might not have hit a shot. In game 2 he did hit that. The only good shot he hit was that third quarter buzzer beater off the glass from half court 3. I remember that, but it was like he was barely hitting shots. Like there was at least one game in this series, the first game, where I saw him have 0 points, and he just did it again. So 2 of the 4 games at least, maybe even 3, he's had 0 points, and I know and he hasn't had a good offensive game in any of them. So I'm not saying too much because, like, again, they're up 3-1. Assuming they lose this game, which it's 92-57, the game's over. But assuming they lose this game, they're up 3-1. I'm not worried about it too much or anything like that. That's kind of why I've been letting it slide. Oh, actually, he just scored 1 of 4 now. That's so good. Good job. And then you have Xavier Tillman. He provided a nice spark off the bench early, but it's like there's only so much that he can do. He had 3 points. He got an and one on a layup. He missed something. Oh, yeah, I think he got blocked by Gafford on a layup. I don't know if they gave Gafford credit for that block. Let's look, because I don't know. He has a block. I don't know if it was that block, but on the replay, I couldn't tell if he blocked it or not. But anyways, it was just Tatum was 4 of 10, 1 for 4 from 3. Jaylen Brown was 3 of 12, 1 of 5 from 3. Derek White was 2 of 8. All 8 of his shots were threes. Jrue Holiday was 4 of 10. Like, there was nobody on the Celtics was cooking tonight. The Celtics had no sources of offense, whereas the Mavs were getting just the type of plays they needed to get at home to get the crowd into it. The Celtics literally could not rebound. As I sit here right now, they have 19 rebounds. There's 1:30 left in the third quarter. They have 19 rebounds. Guess how many the Mavs have? Oh, I'll wait. Did you take your guess? The Mavs have 35. The Mavs have 35 rebounds, brother. They have more defensive rebounds than the Celtics have total rebounds. And it's by 5. It's not like they have 1 more. They have 5 more defensive rebounds than the Celtics have total rebounds. You know what it is. Even in 2K, if you win the rebounding battle, you're going to win 90% of those games. Like even in 2K. Now, there are still some concerning signs. If you're Dallas, this is why I'm not worried if I'm Boston. Dallas still only shot 7 of 22 from 3. They still only shot 68% from free throw. Hey, Boston, you only shot 38.5% from the field and 35% from 3 on 28 threes. What does that tell me? Boston had a terrible game, and Dallas had a good game, but even if you look at the stats, their game wasn't great. Like, it was a good game for Dallas. It was a good blowout win, but it wasn't like it was perfect. It wasn't like you went out there and let them just do whatever they wanted. Now, granted, you lost by 30, so I'm not saying you went out there and put up any type of resistance, but what I'm saying is there were still places that Dallas struggled, even went up by 30. There were still certain things that Boston just would not allow them to do. But it was really just Kyrie and Luka. They're at 29 and 21, plus 28 and plus 30 on the plus minus right now. And then their bench was doing it efficiently, was scoring efficiently. They had the right guys doing the right things at the right times. And Dallas was also clamping them boys. But even when Dallas wasn't clamping them boys, there were still plenty of possessions this game where Boston got a lot of open shots. And what did they do? They just didn't go in. They just missed. And like that's what's gonna happen. But this wasn't, like I said, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about this game, even though I just said that and now we're at like a 10-minute video. I yap. I'm not a concern though. Dallas was very desperate. Like I said, they had nothing to lose. Plus, literally not a single person on the Celtics had a good game. Like not one. There wasn't a player on the Celtics that had a good game tonight. Not one. The only concerning thing is that Dallas has been able to score in the paint at will for each of the last two games. Like, not just in the first quarter either, like just throughout the game. Like they've been able to score in the paint at will. And now some of that is you've got Kyrie, you've got Luka. Those are two guards that can get to the rim. That with Luka is his size, Kyrie uses his handles and his insane finishing ability. They can get to the rim. And then they've got a bunch of guys that aren't great at shooting, so they want to get to the rim. And then they've got the two bigs that always are at the rim. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand why they can score in the paint easily, but it's like if you're Boston, you're like, now again, Porzingis was out for this game. Porzingis, they said they would use him if they needed him. I didn't expect him to go in because this isn't a game there is like for Boston. It's a must win. If this had been a game 7, I would have expected to see Kristaps in the game at some crucial points. But this is a game. This is a game 4 when you're up 3-0 in the finals and you're on the road. You don't need I didn't expect it. Even when I saw the report come out, I was like, you could have put him completely healthy on the injury report, and I knew he wasn't getting in the game because why would you? Like even if this had been a close game, 1 possession, 1 point game with 30 seconds left, you don't risk it. Like you'd rather take the loss. Now, Dallas gained some momentum here because this was Boston's first loss on the road. But I do think there's a worry here. I think Boston has the leaders it needs to not get too low after this loss. They're going to be like, hey, we didn't really care. Like, we go back to Boston, we close this out. And even if we don't, we're a great road team in the playoffs. We're going to go to Dallas and close it out in 6. But I do have concerns about Dallas getting a little too high off of this win. Like, they're like, oh, we just did that. Let's go out there and replicate it. And then they can't replicate it in Boston. Or I see them going out there. This is something I would never be shocked about. If Boston lost Game 5 at home, I wouldn't be shocked because they haven't been great at home in the playoffs the last few years. Sure, there was at one point in time this season where we thought they could go 41-0 at home. They didn't, but they were very great at home during the regular season. But then in the playoffs, they haven't been great at home. It's the same recipe of the last few years. They haven't been great at home in the playoffs. So I could see them losing Game 5, but I picked Celtics in 6. So if they lose Game 5 and close it out in 6, then I just look smarter. So I ain't mad at it, but like I said, I'm not worried. Boston's gonna win this series historically. Like that's what history says. Even when Boston last year was down 3-0 to Miami, they won 3 straight games. What happened? Tatum got hurt in the first quarter, Game 7, and they lost. You're not coming back from down 3-0. Series is over. I stand by what I said. Now, if these boys blow a 3-0 lead, we're gonna have some conversations. I'm not worried about that unless it gets to a Game 7. I'm not gonna even think about that unless it gets to a Game 7. So, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. Keep God first. If y'all need anything, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up in the comment section. Yeah.